Reflexes. There are two types of reflexes or the actions which are being carried out. Based on the actions only, it is divided into two categories: voluntary actions and involuntary actions. Voluntary actions means those which are working according to our will and our wish. As per our wish, when we do any kind of activity, we call it as voluntary. It is being performed by conscious mind, while involuntary actions are those actions which are not performed by the body according to its own wish. It works by its own automatically. Reflexes itself is nothing but the revert action which is being carried out by the stimulation. कोई काइंड का स्टिमुलेशन मिल रहा है, उसके रिफ्लेक्शन में या उसके रिवर्ट बैक में अगर हम कोई एक्शन करते हैं तो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज रिफ्लेक्सेस. Starting with the first one, voluntary actions, you can see example is given. If you watch TV when you don't need the same program which is been working, you change the channel, you close the TV, you just switch it off, etc. This is according to your wish. If you want to eat something, you took up an apple and start eating. If you want to see the time, you can just raise your hand and see the waste, what's the time. These are all the voluntary actions which are being performed by the body. Involuntary, unknowingly, which is being done by the glands, or you can say the muscles which are related to itself. Example: flushing of the tears, a glandular secretion. If some particle falls into the eye and there is an immediate flushing of the tear to wash out the particle, that is considered as an involuntary action. Example: glandular secretion. Glandular secretion because inside the eyes you have a lacrimal gland which carries out this function. Then instantaneous withdrawal of a hand when it accidentally touches a hot iron, that is a muscular movement. You might have observed this many a times. When you touch a very hot thing, immediately your hand is being pulled up. Then shivering when it is too cold, muscular contraction, because you make yourself contracted and keep aside for a short period of time so that you can get the warmth of your body. Sweating when too hot, glandular secretion. You know, sweating is being carried out with the help of two glands present on the surfaces of the skin, or you can say the epithelial layer of the skin, that is sweat glands and sebaceous gland. Both are being present. Sweat glands which will release the watery content, while sebaceous which will release the oily content. Then dilution of the eye pupil to look in the dark and vice versa, again muscular movement. Dilation of the eye pupil. After this topic we'll see in detail the structure of the eye. You will come to know how the pupil works. It is just the function like in camera. Okay, as in camera you can make it, you can zoom it, you can unzoom it. Okay, similarly the dilation means to broaden, make the pupil broad. So this pupil is being in turn regulated by iris diaphragm, which can increase and decrease the size of the pupil. So iris diaphragm carry out this with the help of the ciliary muscles, and thus it is called as muscular movement. Then pushing along of the swallowed food through the food canal, that is also a muscular movement. How this? Very simple example. कोई चीज़ को जब आप गटकते हो तो वो ऊपर से नीचे की तरफ जा रही है. कैसे जा रही है? विद द हेल्प ऑफ द स्पिंचर मसल्स विच आर प्रेजेंट इनसाइड द डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम, और यू कैन से इनसाइड द एलिमेंट्री कनाल. Then non-stop beating of the heart, that is muscular movement. The cardiac muscles which are being present around the heart, they continuously go rhythmically contraction and relaxation of the heart. That example. Okay. All the involuntary actions or the reflexes are initiated by some kind of sensory stimulation, which may result either in the muscular or glandular secretion. Okay. See difference between reflexes and involuntary action. Reflexes, involuntary, initiated by some stimulation like touch, pain, pressure, heat, etc. It should be stimulated. Up till and unless it is being stimulated, you won't get any revert action. While voluntary, that is willingly according to the thought. Then reflexes, involuntary, mainly self-protective due to environment. It is all inbuilt inside our body. While voluntary, that is fulfillment of a desired goal, as if I want to watch TV, so that is my goal, and if I touch the remote and switch it on, that is the fulfillment of the goal. Next, commands originate mostly in the spinal cord and autonomic nervous system, and few in the brain. As I told you earlier also, the spinal cord works when you need a quick or immediate response. Reflexes are the same. When you want a quick and immediate response, they work according to that, which is all in the control of autonomic nervous system or the spinal cord. While voluntary actions are always in the command, or you can say always under the brain. Then reflexes, it involves muscles and glands, while voluntary, it involves only the muscles, because there is no kind of secretion being carried out. Further, stimulus. Now, stimulus is a kind of agent or an environmental change which initiates a response in the body. This stimuli can be of several types. It may be physical, mechanical, touch, prick, pressure, etc. It may be radiant like light, it may be thermal like heat or cold, or it may be electrical. Any kind of stimulation can be given by the object or by the body. Based on that, further the type of reflexes are given, that are two types. Earlier we saw the type of reflex actions which are being carried out. Over here we are going to study the type of reflexes which are being present, that is natural and conditional. Natural, inborn, present inside the body. Condition, that has been acquired during the lifetime. Natural or inborn reflexes is the one in which no previous experience or learning is required. It is being inherited from the parents. Example, blinking, coughing, sneezing. This all are for the protective point of view. Then salivation, swallowing, peristalsis. Peristalsis again गटकने का जो मूवमेंट हो रहा है एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जब कोई चीज़ मूव हो रही है, that is peristalsis. Provide functional efficiency. While conditioned or the acquired reflex is the one which develops during the lifetime due to the experience or learning. For example, what you experience simply at the sight or the smell of a familiar tasty food. When we go near the street, you have some kind of smell. As you smell, or sometimes if I say right now that I ate yesterday pani puri or something, like tempting food or some, your mouth starts watering. This is nothing but the kind of reflexes, because it is being known to you that taste is present inside your mouth. Okay, when you think of that taste or the food, your mouth starts watering. So this is the acquired reflexes which are being done. Similar, the example is being carried out by a scientist called a Russian biologist Pavlov, who studied this experiment with his dog. What he used to do, he was having a pet. Whenever he want that pet to have its food or meal, he started ringing a bell. Okay, so the pet has an habit, or it has taken that acquired reflexes, that whenever the bell is being rang, I'm gonna get my food or my meal. Okay, so this happened regularly, and regularly the dog got that reflexes inside his body. स्टिमुलेशन उसे मिल गया है, उसने अपने आप की हैबिट बना ली है कि जब बेल बज रही है तो मुझे खाना मिलेगा, राइट. So based on that, whenever this thing happened, he observed it, and the dog started salivating. Once he tried ringing a bell, but he didn't offer the food. Then to the dog salivated. So based on this whole experiment, he said that there are some conditioned reflexes, or you can say acquired reflexes, which you can gain throughout your lifetime if you start practicing. Okay. Clear? This is about the acquired. This is the about examples of the acquired reflexes or the conditioned reflexes, which are not inborn and which are being acquired during the lifetime. In the block also some thing are given, like if a dog at a distance sees you simply kneeling down, he comes near you. Okay, so these are some just examples how the conditioned reflexes takes place.